Hi
Hi
everyone,
everyone,
welcome to the Bookyard Podcast TV where we talk about books, publishing, self-publication, inspiration about your writing, everything about books. So welcome. This is your host Adiola Sinola, and today we're going to be talking about what to publish. I'm just reading the title from there. Ebook, hardcover, or audiobook. So that's what we're talking about today. Um I've talked about my journey into writing, and I've talked about my novels. So, my novels, I started publishing them as hard copies. So, hard copy is generally what is known in the industry that most people have to do. But I'm currently on a course now called Digital um, Assets, and I'm doing the course for 1 year. One of the things I've learned from that course is that more books are sold on Kindle than on hard copy. So you actually sell more books. Sorry, I have to adjust my blouse. Yeah. So you sell more books on Kindle than hard copy because apparently most people prefer to download books onto devices to read rather than buying hard copies, which is really strange because I am still hard copy. I have a Kindle device. I've only used it once or twice. I just hate it. But that's me. I still prefer that hard copy book to hold and to read. So I understand that most people download their copies. More copies are sold on Kindle. So I think also what also I've learned on the course, which I'm going to say is that the type of book you write determines what format you publish them in. I think all books can be published on hard copies. Your traditional books, holding it and reading it. But some books and all books also can be not all books can be published on Kindle. So from the course I'm doing, I've learned that even though I don't do like things like coloring books, activity books where you have to be writing things down, activity books or some journals where you have to be writing things and whatever, you cannot publish those on Kindle. Um, Ebooks, yes, probably, but if it's activity and it's ebook, then you can't. So it only has to be hard copy. So I think this is just you have to know what genre that you're in writing. I think for all novels, you can publish them. If you're writing textbooks or, things like that, you can publish them. But things that need sort of, activities and the rest of them is limited. So you can't do that via Kindle. Ebook too will be very difficult. So I think the message for you is to take a step back, look at what you're publishing, and check what format is most going to be accessible for your audience or your readers. Um, because and that's just the way it is. I think maybe when technology sort of progresses in future, it may be that things like coloring books and the rest of them, you can publish them on Kindle or email where, on the side there'll be coloring pens and you can do it. I don't know. But the thing is that how many people have devices? When you go to poor areas and poor countries, I think because we live abroad or, a few people have the advantage of having devices, we forget that there are still quite a lot of people that do not have access to these things. So I think the hard copy format is still the best way forward. But on that course I'm attending as well, I know that we've had a few teachers or instructors or presenters who have said to us that they only publish their books on Kindle. They don't even bother with that copy. And I think that's because the novel is in that, the writing is in that format where it can only be available on that Kindle. Because what they said is that if research shows that Kindle sells the most. When I say Kindle, like ebook, why do they bother with hard copy? So most of them don't bother. They say they just said it on that format. But all my books are available on the three different formats possible, which is a hard copy, and the I have the hard copy. I have the Kindle where you can download it on your device, and then it's available in audio. Not all my books are available in audio yet, but I'm taking steps to make sure they're all available. And I have some apps as well, which is sort of interactive. No, it's not. One is because you press it and it tells you something. It's my children's book. Um, so I think the message is for you to take a step back, look at what you're writing, look at the genre, and ask yourself, is this best, is it only hard copy or Kindle? And remember that all of these things cost money. So it may be that if you're writing novels, like some of the teachers on the course I'm doing, prefer Kindle, you may want to go, you may want to do that. It's your choice. But I'd rather make sure that my books are in all formats so that I'm not excluding anyone in the industry. Because in episode 6, I talked about marketing your book. And if you're marketing your book, you have to look at um, the community and the people you're marketing it to and people's preference, and if you say, oh, it's only in hard copy, that means the people that only like to listen, by audio, or people that like to read on their devices, you've immediately sort of left them out of the people that are able to buy your book. So it's a step at a time. So think about it. It may be that you just start with Kindle, and then one day you think, okay, now I'm going to do hard copy, and then you then do audio. Because I just started doing audio, and I did that because a lady was telling me that I know in my little social community, she's in the industry as well, and she said to me that I'm sure you know that a lot of people are not going to be able to buy your books because all they do is listen. And if your books are not available in audio, I advise you to get it done. And that's the only reason I did that. So that's what I'm passing on to you. So how do you know what to publish? I think publishing, you can start with ebook, like I said, if it's not coloring and the rest of it, and then take a step back. But the thing is that once your manuscript is ready, you don't really have to do much. If you load it on Amazon, Amazon does all the payment for printing and all of that. And they take their printing money, give you whatever royalty that you're entitled to. So you're not actually paying extra. And the same as Lulu. I mentioned Lulu in episode 6, so you do that as well. I think the one that is most expensive is audio, because you then have to go out to that industry, find people that can read. They will ask you if it's a male or a female, because I was asked when I was trying to turn my novels into audio, did I want a male voice or a female voice? I said I wanted male because my main character is male. Um I was asked if I wanted American accent or English accent. I said because I live in England, I prefer English accent. I was also asked, do you want straight reading? Straight reading is where they just narrate the book, or do you want characters to sort of be personified in the book? That was more expensive. I said I wanted characters to be personified in my books, and that gave me more work, because what they then said I should do was to list all of the characters in book 1, book 2, and book 3, and then write out their characters and write out their temperaments, so that the guy reading the book could try and pull that across in the reading. So it's quite nice. I love it. He's done a very good job. I hope I meet him one day. So book 1 is out there in hardcover, Kindle, and audio. So go on Amazon and look for The Adventures of Zogi by A.T. Sonola, and buy your copies in whatever format you want your book in. And if you have any questions, email me on questions@adiolasanola.net. If I can answer the question, I will. If I can't, I'll do a bit of research and get back to you. But it is for you to know what format you want your book to be. But like I've said, there are some books that can only be in certain formats, especially if they're sort of interactive or if they're activity books. they have to be hard copies. Technology may change in future, or maybe it's already out there and I don't know. So you can do your research online, and if you find anything different to what I've said, please email me so I can learn as well, because I love learning. So this is Adela Sonola, episode 7 of the Bookyard Podcast TV. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. Do not forget to go on my website. I still need to build my little soldiers, my community, my friends, my supporters. So I'm counting on you to sort of put your name down so that I can be on my mailing list. My mailing list, the advantages are you know what I'm doing. Sometimes when I'm giving out freebies, you'll be able to sort of benefit from that. And you'll be one of my champions going around talking about the good things I'm doing and about my stories, the stories in my book, how interesting it is, and all of that. You will help me to advertise. Hi, yeah. But thank you for tuning in. So until we see next time, keep winning and keep writing. Take care. Bye.
Thanks for joining Adiola on this journey. She looks forward to exploring the world of self-publishing with you. Make sure to subscribe to the Bookyard and join in every week for a new episode. Until next time, keep writing and keep dreaming big.